And he'll bring it back. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Offense set on first down. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all off season, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
And good coverage by the defense, just a short game.
Great job creating space. That's what you're supposed to do. When you get man coverage, you got to find a way to get a step, make it easy for your quarterback to read that leverage, and when he drags across the field, he can see he had him. He completes it for the first down.
Here they come, trying to convert a 3rd and short from the 28. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. And that pass is intercepted. He didn't get a lot on the return, but man, did he set his offense up at the 30.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks in the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
Now, that's what you try to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. He wants to pass it on 2nd down. Fires to the wideout. He caught it, and he will score! Touchdown, Owls! Lining up to add another. He's looking. It's a fake, and the kicker's going to throw it. He makes the catch in the end zone, and that trickery works to perfection for the 2. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He gets a block. This guy is so dangerous. He excellent vision to find the lane and get it out and set up the offense with good field position. And Navy will go back on the attack. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. Give to Brown. Still on his feet at the 45. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
Setting up for a 1st and 10 from the 26.
29 Philly, 2 bases.
Here's the handoff. tough run in this part of the field. He's got 4 down to the 23.
Offensive linemen love to run the power. Why? You run power. You run power. Then you can play action. You don't want that defense to be sitting there saying, it's a pass, having the pass block every play. You got to keep defenses off balance.
They'll run play action. Throws to the tight end. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time. But you always remember your first interception. They'll always...
He smashes his way through again. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
He'll do it himself. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat. And they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Loss of 1 play. 3rd down coming up.
The D thinking bring some heat on 3rd and long from the 44. From the gun, wants to pass. Now improvising. On the run, fires downfield.
And on that 3rd down play, there just wasn't any timing between the quarterback as an intended target. As a result, ball falls incomplete, setting up 4th.
Florida Atlantic will send the punt unit onto the field. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. And the return man couldn't get to it to make the catch, and the ball will bounce out of bounds. One final play before the end of the quarter. They'll run it from the gun. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter. Florida Atlantic 15, Navy 0.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. He's looking to throw. Makes his connection. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
You got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route. Against zone coverage, quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a first down.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Feeling some heat. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Man, that is how you get it done as a defense when you're playing cover 1. Like, you got the middle of the field safety, but everybody else is manning up. Nice job running with this guy, seeing the football, breaking on it, making the interception, making the big play for this defense.
Still running at the 40. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
He's going to pass. Lets it fly. Finds space on the right. And they pick up a better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. Just got to get him to the ground quickly.
He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Looking for a crease, it's Powers. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? And part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
Got out of trouble and throws. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Owls. They want to finish the season strong and manner. They fake it, the kicker's looking to pass. And that one is picked off in the end zone. Ripping through the defense.
The attempt at the two-point conversion is no.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
Florida Atlantic, 21, Navy 0.
He'll bring it out. And stampeding through the defense. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20.
First and 10.
And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they better get started or it's going to get away from them, David.
Yeah, and these are the weeks that you really wish that you were playing a video.
And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. He was thinking big return, didn't get that, but boy, did he give his offense an opportunity at the 31.
You know, I think if I'm the quarterback, I'm probably not throwing at this linebacker anymore. That's now already his second pick in this game. He's been doing an outstanding job in coverage. I think if you're the QB, you got to start avoiding it.
And now this offense will take the field again. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Lost one deep down the right side. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
And now on second down for this offense. He's looking to throw. He's going to take off. At the 20, he's got space. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
A lot of times we call these quarterbacks ballers and game changers, but you don't call them smart enough. Like knowing the situation, knowing I can scramble around, buy some time, and then knowing exactly what I need to do to get that first down. You can call them whatever you want, but that was really smart.
They're trying to run the ball on first down, guys, but just nothing doing up front. Their offensive line got blown up on that play. There was nowhere for that guy to go.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Really nice job on third down by this offense. This offense has struggled on third downs throughout the season. Not even in the top 50, but you know what? When you make it third and short, you can. When you have the run-pass option and you're not predictable, successful. So let's see if this offense can continue to put themselves in good positions.
He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
Yeah, and this offense, that's what they do. Last week he had 2 rushing touchdowns. They're going to feature him. They're going to get physical, especially inside the 5-yard line. You're going to feed this guy the football. This offense has had success in the past giving him the ball.
This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the and he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Owls!
And I love the physicality of this offense. It's 3rd and goal. It's money time. I've got to be more physical than you. And that's exactly what this offense just did. Put the ball on the ground and put it in the end zone.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
Set to kick off.
Oh, he's going to take a chance. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback.
Offense will take over. 1st and 10.
First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Looking to move it through the air. Zings it complete to the right. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. He's going to pass on 2nd down. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. The junior quarterback frustrated with himself after throwing it behind his man. 3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Wide out in motion. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He's going for the big play. Wide open, he makes the catch. Right down the gut of the field. And the defense couldn't corral him, and he took it all the way. Touchdown, midshipman.
Number 21.
Man, nice job getting the passing game going. This is big, man. Going into the half, and listen, I know you're trailing, but building some momentum. Maybe this 2nd half we can keep airing the football out, cutting into this deficit, and who knows what the heck will happen.
The extra point is good, but they're still down 28-7. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Texas is trailing, but they are within striking distance. Kind of like when Major Applewhite turned a huge deficit in the 2001 Holiday Bowl into a win. Maybe today is deja vu. They're trailing by 9 to UAB. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The Florida Atlantic offense will return to the field. They've been outstanding here in this first half. Might as well try for the knockout punch, David.
Yeah, confidence has to be at an all-time high. Great first half. I'm going to get more, Palmer. I'm not scared with the lead when I got the football late.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You can see the quarterback's body language. He wants to go. He wants to go tempo. He wants to take shots. They're trying to light this scoreboard up.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Florida Atlantic. Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. He'll start the return inside his 5. Slips through the line. Bounced out of bounds at the 38 after that return. And here comes the Navy offense. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
This pass rush is serious, man. When you watch them on film, they do a nice job in the back end, taking away all the throws downfield. He's trying to get to his check down, but that pressure, it gets to him, and the hit forced the incomplete.
He's got him this time. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. They'll throw it on 1st down. Looking down the middle. And that pass intercepted. The sudden change on the turnover, man, he was looking for running room. Couldn't find that, but they'll have it at the 22.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
Fires left. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Man, and that's a big missed opportunity for the running back. I'm trying to find ways to feature this guy and get him the football in space and not just hand it to him all the time. And tell you what, I'm a lot less likely to find those plays if he can't reel in those catches.
On 2nd down, he'll fire. With the catch, it's Powers. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Skips away from pressure. Going to try to get it himself. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
And that's why these quarterbacks are just so hard to defend. It's a pass play, he drops back, first down. Got to play the whole field up, scrambles around, runs for a first down, new set of downs, new set of problems.
Got his man to the left. You've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half, maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards, and we're in the first half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverages, and finding his open guy.
They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. And the holder will place it down on the left hash, a 47-yard try coming. And the try is no good. They blow the field goal. Something finally goes wrong. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Power football with the run. And after that short game, they'll head to the locker room for halftime. That's going to wrap up the first half. Here and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Florida Atlantic about to boot it away and get the second half underway. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He found some really good running room on that one and just about got loose. As it is, good return to set up the drive. And Navy will go back on the attack. Got blown out in the first half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the third quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it, and I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen, and it's got to start on this drive.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
And you didn't have a lot of panic in the first half, but, man, you're starting to get now in the second half, and this offense just has really, really struggled, underperformed. You know you're a better team, but this offense hasn't shown it. This team hasn't shown it. It's the third quarter. They got to get it going now.
Pulls it in. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
He runs out of bounds.
A new set of downs after the completion.
And first down for the offense.
4-2 spot.
To the air on first down. Fires toward the end zone. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Really nice focus by this sophomore, and he jumped on his chance to make a play. Florida Atlantic has the ball back, and the offense will try to put together a drive. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it's just destroying his way through the field. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
Yeah, and obviously this offense has had their way, getting the huge lead. And now, when you know it's a running situation later in the ball games, you're still getting pounded. This defense has to step up at some point and be a lot more physical.
D coordinators down the road that have to play this offense, man, they're going to have nightmares because this unit has so much speed and so much skill. At running back, receiver, tight end, the quarterback making good decisions, it is so tough trying to stop them and prevent explosive plays.
Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be third down. Trying to pick up a first down. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. I think a big part of this for young quarterbacks out there is if you're going to be throwing into zone coverage, you got to throw on time. You can't stare down receivers because the entire defense has their eyes on you, so you can't telegraph where the ball is going. You've got to hold it to the very last possible second. Try to freeze defenders with your eyes and then throw the ball into open areas of the field, anticipating where your guy's going to be.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Loss of 1 on the play. Brings up second down.
Lost yardage on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Quarterback will audible. Looking to throw on 2nd down. He'll take a shot. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be third down.
Sometimes as a quarterback, when you're feeling the rhythm and you're feeling yourself, you just want to keep taking shots, right? This guy's already thrown 3 touchdown passes. He saw a look he liked, decided to let her fly. Haven't seen a lot of balls falling complete, especially deep down the field. That one did, but I'd expect this guy to keep letting it go.
And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. They'll try to pick up the first. And the Owls brought to the ground, but not before picking up the first. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They've moved it to the 19, 1st and 10. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Finds his big tight end. He'll get it all the way down to the 8-yard line, and the defense is feeling the heat.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's...
Touchdown, Florida Atlantic. And the route is on. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it. Forget the kick. He's going to throw it. He makes the grab in the end zone. They must have seen something on film as they turn the fake into the 2-point conversion. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. He's got great speed. Dynamic on kick returns, and that one puts his offense in business. And Navy will go back on the attack. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Moving into scoring territory at the 36 on first down. Brown has it. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11.
29 Philly. 2-9.
He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Complete downfield. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Throwing the comeback looks like such a simple throw, but the timing is so important.
And as a quarterback, man, this is all about trusting your guy. You know exactly where he's going to sit it down. You anticipate it. You throw it. You know he's going to come back and make that play for you.
Comes out throwing on first down. And the defense, they've got him at the 27.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. Pressure coming. And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack.
Man, there are defensive players out there that can just take games over, and that's what's happening with this guy right now. He is not cooperating with the offensive game plan. A sack on 2 consecutive plays, and now on 3rd down, you know he's pinning his ears back again.
A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, another incompletion, and you can see the frustration building, but you got to give the defense credit. They came into this one knowing no one was giving them a shot because of their record, because of what their stats are on paper, but they're playing better football. They're playing with better effort, and right now they're making the most plays.
On 4th down, trying to find his man. He'll take another shot here. Touchdown, Navy! And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them.
And how do you not love the guts of this offense? 4th down, it's just another down, and what do? Stay aggressive, throw the football down the field, make the big play, get the big touchdown.
Play the analytics here, and you go for 2. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And perhaps a slightly more difficult attempt from the 8. Bangs it through for an extra point. A 69-yard touchdown drive, and the score comes on a 35-yard pass for 6. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll call for the fair catch here. Here comes the offense on first down. He wants to throw. Got a man. It's Coates. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. With the score, Florida Atlantic 43, Navy 14.
They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period.
Jackrabbit.
To the ground with the back. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
That didn't bust for a long one, but now third down becomes very manageable. It's not third in eternity. Now the whole playbook, short passing game, long passing game, all of it's available.
They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
I think in this situation, after that incompletion, 4th and short on your side of the field, the smart play is to punt it away and trust your defense.
They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. What a snag by the defense. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Never say die attitude, and I love that, especially in these young players, because they're out there competing. And I know the scoreboard right now doesn't look pretty. They're not going to come back and win this football game, but I just love kids that are competing until there's zeros on the clock.
And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. The quick out. At the 35, he's loose. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the 1st down.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself opening. Nice job between those two.
Just inside the 35, 1st and 10 from the 34.
Terrier, cricket, gorilla, hornet.
He's going to pass. Pocket starts to collapse. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. Looking for more room. Inside the 30. The 10. And he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown now. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Texas is on the ropes, and for all the hype around this program, maybe the most fertile recruiting base in football, it's clear this program is not back. They're trailing by 30 to UAB. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And here comes the Navy offense. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick 6, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up.
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
And it's simply been that kind of day for this offense. They've had so many struggles, and at this point in the 4th quarter, you're trailing by a ton of points. The defense knows you're throwing it, and they're pinning their ears back, and they're getting after it, as you saw it on that sack there.
Off he goes.
And this offense has got to kick it in high gear now. Making a big play, that is great, but we got to go up-tempo. We got to go fast. We're trailing big in this ball game. We got to put a lot of drives together and maybe even get lucky with an onside kick.
Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10.
Lasso! Lasso!
Looking to move it through the air. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the fourth.
2nd down coming up.
Moves! Under! Check!
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Trying to find his man in the middle. And that makes 5 interceptions in this one. The nightmare is alive. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passion, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Florida Atlantic takes over again, and the Owls offense will go back to work. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. The give as they work on that clock. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a 1st down.
Just beautiful, and that's a great feeling as a quarterback when you make that throw. It keeps your offense on the field, keeps the offense in rhythm. Obviously not as good as throwing a touchdown pass, but I'll tell you this, way better than having to trot off over to the bench and wait for your turn to get another shot.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory.
29 Philly. Ready?
They'll try the run.
Offense has a huge lead right now in the 4th quarter, and they're just going to run this football to try to ice the game, being more dominant, being more physical at the point of attack.
The Owls will have it 1st and 10.
Fire!
Wide receiver coming across in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Really nice job by the cornerback. Hey, a lot of cornerbacks want to cover. They want to drop back. They're not really about that life. They don't want to be the tackling kind of guy. They're like, yeah, leave that to the linebackers. That dude committed, came up, made a nice tackle.
Quarterback now breaking the field. Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for the catch.
That's a great job by the wide receiver, understanding where the 1st down marker is. Don't mess around. Don't run 2 yards short. Get to the 1st down, catch the football, move the sticks, and get an extra set of downs.
They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And this is exactly where you want to be as an offensive coordinator. Like when you've got the lead late in the football game, just run the football, eat the clock. Man, they put a good day together. They've had their way with this defense. A lot of positive things to point to. This is one of those weeks when you watch tape, it's going to be really fun to watch it. Not like when you get beat up. A lot of big plays from this offense.
On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. Lets it fly deep downfield. Touchdown, Florida Atlantic! And the stomping has commenced. The lead grows, and you can sense they know how important wins are this late here in Week 11. This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
Yeah, it just gets in the zone, right? And you can't miss. You've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.